they hired, right? They hired this dude, right? 6'5", right? About 350 pounds. And y'all live in Greenburgh. Y'all know how big John is. So I know sometimes, right? Right, niggas be getting their ass kicked and shit. And oh, the guy was so big. Let me tell you something, man. I'm telling you straight up, right? He was big, right? So now they hired him to take me, to get me. So now, we in the lobby, right? Man, he snuck me. He tried to pipe me. Boom, boom, boom. We throwing down, pow, pow, pow. All right, boom. All right, cool. So now, I get him arrested, because remember, he live in my building, right? He tries to run and get order protecting me. I get order protection on his ass. But meanwhile, I get him arrested, right? For assault, right? So meanwhile, they prosecuting him and all this, right? I mean, you couldn't even, like I said, get your popcorn, right? So they're prosecuting him, so they send me a letter, right, for the district attorney's office. Now, check this out. All right? June 17th, 1994. This is 2 years after I'm trying, I'm going to her and all, I'm still fighting in the grind. Fighting, right? So check this out. This is to the Bureau Chief of the District Attorney, Greenburgh, New York, right? Regarding sentencing of John Fuentes. Police report number, well, shit, I can give you the number because I got it, right? 94-04926. As you pronounce sentence, right? Keep in mind that my getting assaulted was a direct result of a contract by Montrose Management and their head super, Mr. Anthony Jones, to harm me. Please see my letter of May 24th to Port Finer. The order protection should be kept in place for as long as Mr. Fuentes works for Montrose Management and lives in my building, 33 Oak Street. I still have fear of him because he told me that he would do anything for money, right? But meanwhile, I wasn't worrying about his ass, right? So my man, John Anthony Jones, right? He think he was running shit, man. He talking about a house, nigga? Man, he was doing everything he can to try to get my ass out, and they wind up firing him because the heat start coming on them, right? So I'm gonna close this off with this here. Let me just say one thing, right? Remember what I'm doing. What I'm doing is proving my street cred, right? And all these letters and stuff, right? I don't know how to paste and all that, but what I'm gonna do at the end, I'm gonna lay them all out so you can see all this for yourself. Because they said a picture, and in this case a letter, is worth 1,000 words, right? So check this out, right? So this is how your brother do things, right? So I'm fighting, man, for 8 years, man. I'm fighting. And when I start something for my brothers and for my people and from the grandmamas, right? That was devastating, man. There was, man, sisters, man, beautiful sisters, man, start smoking that shit, man. And in a week, 2 weeks, man, they were selling their bodies, man. They was leaving their children, man. A lot of grandmas, man, took care. A lot of, that was supposed to be enjoying, man, their golden age, man, was taking care of those kids, man. You understand what I'm saying? So it was fearful for them to go in the hallway, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you going in the damn hallway, and this is what I tell people, man, let me tell you something. The threat I had in my life in Yonkers, that shit was eliminated, right? So you talking about sticky fingers and you talking about snowball and all that. That's where I was hanging out too, right? And brothers looked out for me, man. And right now, to this day, man, I go to Mount Vernon, I go to Yonkers, and my baby mama live in Yonkers. Okay, so I'm in Yonkers all the time. And brothers roll up to me to this day and say, yo, G7, man, respect, brother, for keeping it down. Because my thing was this here, man, because you know that people kill you, you messing with their money for drugs. So I'm not here trying to be no damn superhero telling you that I was directly messing with your money. My thing was this here, right? It was kept for real. When you handle your business, I don't give a hell what you do because people kill you for their money, right? But when you was selling that shit and they were smoking it and coming into the building now, my mother, my grandmother, my son was walking down the elevator, walking down the stairs, right, with a $5 bill, and now my man, this nigga here is fiending, and they're gonna jeopardize their life. Hell no. Then it becomes my business, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because you put my life in jeopardy. So now I made it clear. Everybody understood, right? If it's like this here, then you're gonna have to kill me up in this building. So when you roll up on me, then you knew what time it was. So I wasn't no bad dude. Don't get me wrong, and I ain't trying to roll up on me and all that. No. But sometimes, man, you have to let people know, right, that there's certain principles, man, that you're gonna buy for. You understand what I'm saying? You keep that. Don't bring this don't bring this to me, man, because you have to have a certain code, and brothers respect that to this day, right? So I didn't just start something. Let me tell you something, family. I didn't just start something, man, and just walk away, right? I'm gonna show you now here, right? This is a reported dispatch. This is this is a opinion poll, right? Opinion piece, right? This is what they published. They published this, okay? I sent them because I found out the bargainers, right? Check this out. The situation got real bad, a whole lot better, right? We were good in my building now, right? And then they were getting old, and I think one of them was ready to die. And so what you messing with super millionaires, right? You don't want to leave the air now thinking, well, my mama, daddy, somebody done disrespect them, right? And I got these millions of dollars. I got to avenge them. So I said, nah. So I said, okay, Vic, you got to be smart. Okay, so what I did, and listen to me, man, I got a 2-year college degree, functionally illiterate, right? And I got 4 things published for my people in the newspapers, okay? 4 people, matter of fact, 5 pieces. I'm going to show you some other stuff, right? Published, right? On the behalf of my people. Who am I? Who is your brother? Now check this out, right? Now this here, right? Remember, psychological warfare, man, you got to be smart, man. And this is what they published, man. The letter I wrote them, they published this to close this case. Now check this out. All right, now this was what? June 7th, 2000. So this is 8 years after. Where's that picture at, man? 8 years after, right? This here, remember the picture I showed you here of your brother? This is 2002, right? And this is, this is 1992. And this is 2008 years later. And check this out, because your brother, man, I'm here, okay? I'm here for my people. When I start something, I'm here. And check this out. Article could help improve situation at building. Thank you for being there in our time of need. Now, okay. The Reporter Dispatch and now the Journal News has, through the years, always kept the readership's best interests in mind by focusing on community and special service reporting. We'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping us at 33 Oak Street have safer and better maintained apartments to live in. You got to blow smoke up their ass too, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart, man. Now check this out. And I continue to read. A 1993 article reported tenants concerned about buildings' conditions and drug sales. We have come a long way. I feel your article, along with God's help, definitely God's help, was instrumental in bringing public attention to the problem, which in turn helped Greenburgh Police and Montrose management focus more on the problems. You're going to focus on our problem. Okay, let me just, anyway. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank David and Muriel Barganoff, the building managers, for working with us, the tenants, and helping us make 33 Oak Street a much safer, cleaner, and almost crack-free building. Mr. and Mrs. Barganoff and I had a long history of tenant-landlord dispute. Okay? I am happy to report that for the last 7 years or so, after 7 years or so, we are now at peace. I would like to thank the Journal News and Mr. and Mrs. Barganoff, who will soon retire. I think that a public thank you will close the case on this chapter and will go a long way to show that no matter how bad the problem might be, people working together can make a big difference. I hope to read about this happy ending in the newspaper. Brother. And guess what? We're reading about this happy ending in the newspaper. Okay? This is what. Let's show you some real OGs, man, with a track record of fighting for your people. This is what you want to see before I can talk about no damn Dr. Ray. You said, show me the evidence. That's what you want to see, man. Because I have to earn your respect. And I don't mind, right? And some of y'all, guess what? Some of y'all might say, oh man, I know, brother, we believe you. You was ducking bullets, you was piped down, you was battering there in Federal Plaza and HUD and FBI and trying to fight and put your life on the line, but still, I don't know, G7, because after all, you did tell us about, you know, Ray Hagins, so I still got to work for your respect. Now, let me ask you something. Because for some of y'all, right, some of y'all still want some more street cred, right? So I want to talk to all your gangsters out here too, okay? You understand what I'm saying? But I want you to be a gangster for the resurrection of your people, man. Not to kill your people, man, and have all this static and all this shit here about killing your brother, right? The police killing Michael Brown, but meanwhile we killing each other, man. Come on, man. Wake the hell up, man. Every time you're ready to pull that trigger against your brother, think of Michael Brown, man. Think about how the brother had his hands up and the police just put a pump and just put a bullet on his damn head, on the top of his damn head, man. That's what you think about when you're ready to pull a trigger against your brother. Okay? That's what you think about, man. It's not that critical, man. You're going to kill your brother. You gonna kill your brother because you getting orders from the people that's in the damn penitentiary because they doing life? So it benefits your ass, their ass, for you to kill each other because they know your ass is going back and forth in jail. That's why you do it. Because when you do it, you want some damn protection. If your ass knew you wasn't going back in jail, then you won't be doing this nonsense, man. But anyway, I still haven't earned the right to talk to you yet. All right. One last thing, because I know some of y'all, man, is hardcore. He said, man, gee, man, I know if you was out there in the 80s, right, you was there in the 90s and all that, right? They had, I know back then, man, they was telling me there was some live kung fu fighters out in there, brother. So you was out there in the street talking about you were holding it down, then tell me some more battle scars, brother. Okay? Tell me. I know you was fighting for my mama, you was fighting for my grandmama, you was fighting for my brother, you was fighting for my sister. Okay? That's still not good enough, because I'm a nigga from the street. Show me something. Come on now, don't say that to yourself, man. Come on now, elevate ourselves, man. Let's use positive words, man. And family, please forgive me if I curse, I get excited. I don't mean to, man. But they still want to see some more. They you know, even though everything I showed, they still want to see some more stuff, man. So think about it, man. If you can have somebody vouch for you, man. How about, let me see, man. You guys, I know you guys, man, you're into martial arts, karate and stuff, man. Imagine somebody like a Bruce Lee, man, saying that they're vouching for you, right? And said, and they say, man, that they will give their life for you. Imagine Bruce Lee or somebody like that, man. Imagine how honored and stuff, man, you be, man. If somebody, Bruce Lee said, man, I'll give my life to you, man. All conversation stop. You listen to what this man have to say, right? So let me tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you about a modern Bruce Lee ain't got nothing on what I'm going to tell you now. You got that popcorn yet? Because I'm still trying to earn your credibility. What I have in my hand, I'm going to show you right here, right? Now check this out. This is the World Professional Martial Arts Organization. And this organization, right, was great Grandmaster Arnold Banks, right? The World Professional Martial Arts Organization. He passed away last year, I think 2 years ago, right? Now this is 2010 Hall of Fame at Madison Square Garden, January 17th. At Madison Square Garden, okay? World Federation Karate, World Organization, right? Federation of Martial Arts, okay? And this is Madison Square Garden, man, all right? So this is what I'm going to show you. You want to see some street crab, right? Now this is what I'm going to show you. Now right here, all the great masters, right? And this is what it says. This is from my brother, Grandmaster Shion Willie Mack. And it says, to my brother and friend, G7. Okay? This is to my brother and friend, G7. This is who this brother, this is who he signed this to, right? Now check this out, right? Matter of fact, let me get to this article right here. Check this out. Grandmaster Shion Willie Mack. Okay, there he is now, right? He's an 8th degree Egyptian Goju. Brothers and sisters, right? We ain't got to search and go to China and go to Japan. Martial arts come from Egypt. Egyptian Goju. This is where all forms of martial arts start with, man. And this brother here is an 8th degree Egyptian Goju, right? The highest level, okay, in the United States, right? And man, I ain't going to read this, right? But it says, check this out, right? Grandmaster Shion holds his rank through international examination at 8th degree black belt and is the only known living master sensei that has attained Machati in all 3 levels, mental, physical, and spiritual in these systems, and is authorized to provide instruction in his forms of martial arts, such matters which he so deems necessary, man. Okay, he's done research in over 30 years of practical application from the 3rd school of thought to be advanced. Oh my goodness, he had, man. So my brother here, right? You have to search. You can't go nowhere in the United States. Few places in the world that you can find a brother that's higher, okay, in martial arts, right? And you guys know brother Seafood, right? Professor Watts from Man Up Stand Up. Go to YouTube and watch Man Up Stand Up, okay? And Professor Watts, man, he earned his 2nd degree Egyptian Goju from Shion over 25 years ago, and now he's like a 9th degree, right, in Wing Chun Kung Fu. Man, the brother, I'm talking about a master teacher, and that brother knows me for 30 years in the street. Okay? When you roll up on him, you say, what about G7? Tell me something about Garcia. What you know about Garcia? He know how I was rolling. He know how I was rolling, right? Now, I mentioned to you two of the brothers, right? Two of the top people in the United States of America. That means if you roll up and see Sean Mack, right? 155 Ferris Avenue, White Plains, New York, right? And 5 black belts walk in. If you don't walk in their peace, right? Then 5 of y'all, right, is walking out in stretchers to go to the emergency room if he wants you to live, or you walking out in body bags. And that's for Shion, and guess what? That's the same thing for Professor Watts. The same thing for Professor Watts. When you roll up on them, right, if you do, I know you're not, but ain't gonna be no fighting and all that. It's gonna be the sooner you roll, boom, and it's over. And this is the kind of brothers I was rolling with, right? So up to this day right now, so all your young thugs and all that, right, you want to see some street cred? I'm showing you, brother, the #1 Egyptian Goju master in the world. If you go up to him, right, you go up to him and you roll up on him in White Plains and say, brother, let me ask you something, man. I heard this guy, this guy Victor Garcia talking all this bullshit, right? All this, he got all this street cred, right? And he's talking all this stuff, man. What do you know about Victor Garcia? You know what we're going to tell you? He's going to look at you straight in your eye, right? And look at you and say, for Victor Garcia, I will give my life for Victor Garcia. Okay? This is what this brother tell you. So who am I? And we tell you about some battle scars, right? He got shot down 27 times with a Uzi. He'll tell you about some battles and where was your brother. Okay? You want to hear some street stuff? I'm telling you, you can't even make this up. Okay? You can't even make this up. And I'm going to give you one last street credibility, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about Dr. Ray. But meanwhile, like I said, I still have to earn the respect. And I think I'm earning it, man. Brothers and sisters, I think I'm earning the respect. You know why? Like they said, a picture is worth 1,000 words, man. And right now, you go to Greenberg right now, right? And you go to Manhattan Avenue, you go to 33rd Street, anywhere about Greenberg. And the young, when I go, right? When I say young, I mean 35 years old, man, 40 years old, right? 20s, 30s come up to me and say, Mr. G, thank you, brother. I said, well, thank you for being the father that we never had, the ones that didn't have fathers, and the brothers they had. Brothers was holding it down too, right? Thank you for being the father I never had, man. Okay, I mean, this is the kind of love I get, man, because they recognize what I was doing in the street. So I'm not talking about no shit that done faded out of memory, but you know something? It would have faded out of my memory, so I wouldn't be remembering stuff from 1980 and 1990 and 1975, right? But I got documentation, man. I got documentation, man, that I can show. You see? This is why I wouldn't remember all this here. I got documentation, man, that I can show, man. Somebody gonna write a book or something, and all I want to do is talk to my family. I want to talk to the youth because I have to earn your respect, man. And one last thing, let me tell you something. And this article here, check this out. This is 2 articles, right? This is 2 other articles, right? Because I went at it against the Nation of Islam too. Yep. I said Farrakhan had to apologize. Like I said, you cannot make this up, right? And this is a picture is worth 1,000. I'm putting this up here close, up and down, because you can get a chance to freeze it. In the article that he's talking about is the season to be truthful, right? He's addressing me when he was attacking the Worldwide Church of God, when I was a member of the Worldwide Church of God. And I said, man, you're going to have to apologize, and Farrakhan going to apologize. Then, see, he wrote this article here, and I questioned him and argued and was talking back and forth. And I said, I want to apologies. So now he's writing here telling me that the conversation, telling the family the conversation he had with me, demanding an apology in which he told me he was wrong, but he said he didn't. Brother, and who's this? This is brother Dr. Abdul Allah Muhammad from the Nation of Islam, right? So meanwhile, Farrakhan was coming into town, and I said, no, Farrakhan is going to give me an apology, right? So, man, when I was rolling, I don't know, I was crazy, but I was rolling, right? So check this out. So now, I go to 125th Street, right? Because they had right there, 125th Street and Lennox Avenue, Malcolm X Boulevard, right? Where they have that, where they sell those eyeglass places, where I know this is in the down store. This is where they had their storefront right there in the corner. So Farrakhan was going to come into Jacobs Jarvis. So you got a lot of the top, captains and stuff from Chicago, they're over in 125th Street. So I'm rolling. I said, okay, this is where they at. All right, so I gotta go see one of them. So I said, I roll up in there. They direct me to Captain Dennis. I said, brother, what's boom, boom, boom? Minister Farrakhan has to give me and the Worldwide Church of God an apology because I feel that the Dr. Abdullah Muhammad slandered the memory of Herbie W. Armstrong. So he was like, man, I ain't, you know, basically he's like, yo, he ain't doing this. I said, ain't no worry. I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm not used to dealing with no captains anyway. I want to go to the main people. I said, I'm going to look for Khalid Muhammad. I said, that's who I want to talk to, because you talk to Khalid Muhammad. I said, that's who you got to go through him to get the Farrakhan. I said, how with all these captains, all lieutenants, all this bullshit, right? Because I'm used to dealing with, you know, FBI and the president, and I'm used to dealing with the top people in the hood and all that. I ain't wearing no damn captains and all that bullshit, right? So I'm going in there, and now I'm coming in, Jacob Jarvis. I'm on the phone with Shion Mack. I said, yo, Shion, man, I'm going in, man. He's laughing. He said, man, you crazy. He said, man, he said, ain't nothing but the plain truth. I'll tell you about that story. He said, ain't nothing but the plain truth. Can I see it? He said, man, you crazy, man. So he hang up his shit. So I go up and I approach Khalid Muhammad. Documentation. But let me tell you something. And I love that brother. So it was peaceful. So don't worry, I ain't trying to roll up on him. Because that brother probably would have knocked my ass out. So believe me, I rolled up and nice and peaceful. Now, I ain't crazy now. But anyway, let me just say something, brothers and sisters, man. I got so much stories, and I'm going to leave that like that because I'm going to do a part 2 where I'm going to go down and show you all it and go into details. But for now, all I wanted to do, man, is earn your respect. Now, did I earn your respect, family? Can I talk to you now? Can I talk? I think I can talk now. I think I can talk. I mean, I've been talking so much. Let me give me some water here. This ain't nothing in it. Ain't no funny juice up in here. This is just some water, plain water. So excuse me, family. Forgive me for drinking water, but I was talking a little bit. My throat's a little... Okay, forgive me, family. Now, let me sit back a little bit. I don't have to show you no letters and all that. Let me just talk. Let me just talk to my family. Now, when I first heard the controversy about Dr. Ray Hagin, right? People calling me and sending me emails and sending me all this here, right? And I'm looking, I said, okay, Vic, I know sometimes I can be impulsive sometimes, right? So I said, Vic, sit back, man, chill out, man. Take your time. So I know it's been a month, 2 months, whatever. So I've been checking my time. The first thing I told myself is like, what will make a brother, to me, that has a track record of helping our people, like he helped me. Like I told you, listen, family, he helped free me from Christ. Okay? Because all 5 condemnation this I did was just turn Jesus from black to white. Okay? So I said, man, what can make a brother turn? So the first thing I thought about was, okay, I went into meditation and prayer, and I said, well,